So did the man die? Does he have no more free will? And he's stuck in the mind of a dog forever?
I have no clue.
Oh.
But I'd like to know about that, actually.
I don't know. Zooey's very weird, and I don't know it's too many stuff. Too much questions.
Too many unanswered questions.
I'm so tired.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the CharmingAnalysis podcast. I'm Mari.
Yay.
And today we're going to be talking about the 2025 movie Dogman.
This came out last year, but no, it actually came out this year, which is crazy. Time is an illusion. I don't trust it.
My goodness. But yeah, so for those who don't know, Dogman was basically created by the same guy who made Captain Underpants. But why don't you explain what the movie's about, honey?
Well, it's about a dog man. Owner and a dog, I guess. You know, they combined them after they were in an accident. They combined them into Dogman, and there's an evil cat
named Petey,
who creates a clone.
Who's basically his son.
Who's his little boy's son. And God damn, you even choked up about it.
I choked on my spit. Sorry.
And they do things.
This movie makes
father-son bonding time, I guess.
This movie absolutely makes no fucking sense.
I guess. It's based on a kid's comic.
But honestly, it's very interesting. So, okay, here's the thing. I used to read the Captain Underpants book, so I at least had a general idea of what I was getting into. I knew this franchise existed. I just never read it. I guess it's because I kind of outgrew, like, the whole Captain Underpants thing. But I will say this.
Oh, really? You outgrew them?
Shush.
I could see your whole... I look at how many of those books you got. There's like a little pile of them right there.
You shush.
You outgrew them, I am.
Anyway, I never really got into the Dogman stuff. I just knew it existed and that there was a bunch of them, and it was made by the same guy that made Captain Underpants. So, going into this movie, I didn't know what the fuck to expect. But this movie was honestly really fucking good. I absolutely adored this movie. What did you think, honey? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I saw Captain Underpants in theaters.
With me.
You weren't in there with theaters?
Oh, wait, didn't we watch it together?
We did, but I saw it way before you, and then I showed you it. And it is a very kids movie.
But
so
I don't mind that.
It's also a very, very kids movie. And I don't know, I think letting Sorry.
Sleepyhead.
Yes, very sleepyhead. It was interesting to see this movie, in 2025 compared to the Captain Underpants movie, for me.
Yeah.
Because I think it looks like Captain Underpants had a little bit more of a production to it than this, but I don't know. I feel like ever since DreamWorks been bought out by Universal, their budget has been cut a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. It's just like
you're expecting a little more from it.
Yes, and also I wish I don't know. Like, I don't know this guy writes his stories. Like, it's very chaotic and crazy, and
which is kind of what he does. He likes to be chaotic and crazy, but he also normally has consistency with it.
And it's
like, they have a simple plot,
and it's pretty humorous writing for, like, you know, what surrealist comedy is. It's very humorous and stuff like that.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
I more admire it than I do find it enjoyable, because it is a kids movie.
Yeah, but personally, I thought it was really good. Like, never seeing Dogman before, like, never reading it, but reading some of his other work, I actually really liked this. It was honestly very charming. Like, first off, the writing, in my opinion, even though it was all over the place, the jokes hit pretty hard, in my opinion. Like, they had some pretty solid jokes in this. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. I thought I didn't know what I was gonna get into with this, because I had never read the books, but this was still really good. And I also liked the fact that we get to see a villain basically become a father by the end of it. Kind of thing. Right? So
you just liked little Petey because he was a kitten, and you were like,
well, he was adorable. He was very adorable.
He's adorable and cute.
But what did you think of...
And you were like, when he and Dogman were hanging out, you're like, oh my god, it's so adorable.
It really was, though. So, I want to know, like, what did you think of Dogman? Do you like him as a character, or do you feel...
I like that he doesn't talk.
Well, some protagonists don't talk at this point. Well, there's plenty of protagonists that don't talk. But besides that, what do you think of Dogman? Because
he's a Dogman. he's the titular character of the story.
I thought he was an interesting character.
Even though he doesn't speak, he's just mannerisms are a dog, and I think that's... I don't know, I'm assuming that's what the whole book series is about.
Pretty much, I'm assuming.
This Dogman fighting crimes and stuff.
Because I liked him as a character. I thought he was very charming as a character. Mm-hmm. He's a bit different compared to some of the other characters I've seen from this guy's writing. I do like him as a character, and I'm surprised that...
this feels like a series that he did for younger kids, and then the Captain Underpants were a little bit like...
For like a little bit older. Not much, but a little bit.
Yeah.
But this does make me interested a little bit in the books. I'm actually curious to see what the books are like. I don't know if he still does the little action panels like he did with like Captain Underpants, but I'm curious if he does with this.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure.
Because
I feel like that's his...
That's his gimmick.
Gimmick, yes.
Yeah. So what did you think of... like, the actual plot? I like that he's trying to catch this fucking cat who has daddy issues. Like, honestly, like, he's got fucking daddy issues. This man got daddy issues. Honestly, they both have daddy issues.
I feel that's what I like on, like, my one hand, honestly.
What do you like on your one hand,
I
then?
like little Petey. I like Pete Davidson's performance.
Who is he again?
Petey.
Oh, Petey.
Yeah.
Oh, same. Well,
I never seen buildings come to life, like actively come to life in a movie.
I liked
weird.
that though. I thought it was kind of funny. Like, it was interesting. And also, I like the rave one. The rave one was the best one. The rave building.
And that's the only thing notable that I take from that.
That's all you take from that?
Yeah.
Really? So what made you decide to want to watch this movie? I'm actually curious.
I just saw clips of it, and I thought it was cute. I thought it's going to remind me of Captain Underpants.
Well, it kind of does in some aspects, because it's the same guy who wrote it. So, I feel like they did take a little bit of liberties with it, but I feel like there is some, like, similar writing to it, you know what I mean? Like, don't forget, this is still... I don't know if it's in the same universe as Captain Underpants, but this is, like, at least from the same guy kind of thing. But then again, I think Dogman, came out like maybe 2015, I think. Something like that. Because I know Captain Underpants is way older. Like, that came out like fucking years ago. Mm-hmm. But I think this is more of a more recent thing he's done. I don't know how recent, but definitely a lot more recent than Captain Underpants. Because I grew up with Captain Underpants. I didn't really know Dogman very much. I've heard of him over the years, but I'm happy we actually got to get a movie out of it. And I liked the way that they did his style and stuff. I will admit, the budget did get cut a little bit, but to me, that didn't really play that much of an impact on me. I still thought the animation was good. Like, really good. Now, is it as good as Captain Underpants? No, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. I know the plot's very simple. What did you think of, I guess, how they did the character interactions in this? Because I feel like this is very character interaction based movie, mixed with like a lot of jokey humor. Like, what did you think about that? Because I liked that aspect, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the jokes fucking hit for me. Like, some of them were pretty fucking funny.
I like when makes you say the jokes hit for you, and I just see you just sort of just looking at the screen like
just staring at it.
Just staring at it, and I'm just like, you would think you. Every time I see a movie with someone, they don't get all expressive or laugh or do anything. They just sit there.
I'm sorry. I did think they were funny. I laughed at a few parts. And you say I didn't do any of that.
I just find it funny. Every single time I watch a movie with someone, I expect reactions, and I never get them. I never get them.
My goodness. But yeah, I genuinely enjoyed this movie. I was not sure what I was going to get into coming into it, but I really enjoyed this movie. The art style, very reminiscent to Captain Underpants, because it's from the same guy. I really liked the animation in this. I feel like they did such a fantastic job. Even with a smaller budget compared to Captain Underpants and animation quality, I feel like for what they got, they still did pretty well, which I'm genuinely surprised at. What else? Like, I don't really have too much else to say other than that. Like, I do think it's a great movie. Do you feel, like, in my opinion, because I've never read Dogman, I wonder if reading the books play anything into this, or if this is good for newcomers. I'm not sure.
You will never know. You'll never know, I guess.
Well, if this is definitely a good opening for newcomers, I will gladly say that I would definitely check out the books.
Wait, did you give your rating?
Not yet. I haven't given my rating, but would you read the book series?
No.
Of course. Well, I would probably read it.
Period.
Apparently you don't.
I grown past reading. No more reading. I don't need to read.
Okay, you shush. You're just saying that to be a butt.
I don't need to read shit.
Well, I would probably give this a chance, actually. I'd probably read the books. Or at least, like, read a couple of them and at least see the general vibe of this. But, like, because here's the thing. If I had read the book series for this, I'd probably have a little bit more to say about it. Like I did with the Captain Underpants video, because I grew up with that. But since I didn't really grow up with this, I'm kind of going into the series blind. But I kind of like it. I think it's an interesting series, and I'm curious to see if they'll actually do more from this guy, and if they'll do more Dogman, because I would totally watch another Dogman movie. Sometimes you gotta have some movies that don't really have much substance to it.
Yeah, but you're never gonna get to that.
You don't know that.
You're not gonna get it.
You shush. We might get something. You never know.
So
anyway, what's your rating for this? Because I don't have much else to say.
5 out of 10.
You get a 5 out of 10? Really?
Yeah, it's alright.
Says the one who wanted to watch the movie.
I pick movies
that look good.
I think are gonna be fine, and then I watch them. It's not any bias or anything.
I know, I'm just curious.
Just
but
pick movies randomly.
So how come you give it a 5 out of 10? I'm
Because
curious.
it's alright. It's not as good as Captain Underpants, but it's alright.
Would you watch it again?
I don't know.
I would
Maybe not.
I would totally watch this again. I would honestly give this like a 7 out of 10. Actually, wait, 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5. I genuinely think it's a decent movie. It's a fun, like, comical movie, and you get to have, like, you know, a little bit of fun with it. I feel like this is a nice movie you could just put on, with a group of friends and just kind of, like, watch, you know what I mean? It doesn't have too much substance in it, but enough to keep you engaged. But I would totally watch this again. I thought it was really good. But I would eventually like to check out the books, because I am curious if the books are like this, or if it's just because they wanted to kind of do something different for the movie. So I would totally check the books out. But anyway, do you have anything else to say? Or are you all good? But yeah, sorry for the lack of content recently. Jay's kind of been, like, exhausted, and so have I. But we're getting some content out soon. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'm Mari.
And Jay.
And we're out. Bye, guys!